And here we go. Um, so yeah, this week's reflection. So it's week 5. My check-in. Technically, this week was like 9 days rather than 7 days. Also, side note, I'm doing this in an airport. I thought this process is already pretty transformative, so like, why not get even more outside my comfort zone and film my check-in um, when I like really feel passionate to do so. So I felt passionate to do so here while I'm on my way back to DC. And honestly, a lot of things have happened this week. Hopefully, you all can hear me. So obviously, I'm in an airport, so it's really busy. But a lot of things have happened. I feel like I started off this week a little sad, a little depressed. I don't know if it's why. I don't know. I feel like I have this deep desire to see through with not only just this process, but like, I don't know, like this deep love of acting and like really wanting to continue to do so like in every waking moment. And the fact that like 90%, I actually saw Coleman Domingo do an interview about this, but the fact that 90% of an acting career is really just like being in a waiting period and kind of just like sitting around, um, and like obviously training and like hopefully finding ways to practice your craft, but like those also cost money. So, so really 10% of your acting career is being able to act. And I guess that reality kind of like sunk in today, or not today, but earlier this week. And that really just hit me. It's kind of like the reality is, especially now starting out, like getting into the industry, it's probably going to be harder for me to find. It's not probably, it's harder for me to find ways to act, but like having that desire, like that burning desire inside of you to always want to do it, it's kind of sad not being able to do it all the time. So I started off pretty sad, but I feel like through my morning pages, I did about 7 out of the 9 days of morning pages. That's why I kept extending my week out because I really wanted to be able to like truly fulfill the entire week. So yeah, I did 7 out of 9 days of morning pages, and it was really nice to do. Like I felt like I got some clarity. I got to be able to document all the things that happened throughout the week too. Specifically, I kept seeing the number 7 this week, which I mean is very godly. So I have a feeling that something big is going to happen. Um, and yeah, I don't know, just kind of overstimulated in the airport trying to do this as well. But yeah, no, I got an email from a random recruiter. This is nothing even. I mean, maybe it's somewhat intertwined with like the creative process and everything, but like, I guess a moment of synchronicity. Like I've been on the job hunt for like the past 6 months, almost 7 months, and now I just got a random message over LinkedIn from this recruiter saying that they're looking for a social media manager for a specific tequila house, which I love tequila. And it goes with like my master's degree and everything, and it's based in New York and also potentially Mexico, which, I also love living abroad and studying abroad. I think I would take the position in New York though. Talking about taking it, I have a meeting with her on Monday to just hear more about the position. It's not like they're just offering it to me off the bat, but still, like in a job market where it's really hard to even find possibilities, like to have somebody email you and message you right off the bat about it is like exciting. So that was like a moment of synchronicity. One of my main affirmations from earlier this week when I first started my morning pages was that like something big is coming. And I knew, like, I just felt it. Something big is coming, be ready. And then also seeing the number 7 so frequently now, it's like reaffirming that that's actually going to happen. It's just, I have no idea what it is. I have no idea when it'll happen or what it applies to, um, acting wise or just anything, like career wise or anything like that. So, yeah, artist wise, like artist date wise, I don't really know if I did an artist date this week. Just because it was so packed and like I'm actually in the Orlando, Florida airplane right now, or not airplane, airport. So doing that, um, and like celebrating my sister's birthday this week and all of that, that kind of like steered my attention away from dedicating time to do an artist date. But still, like I feel very poured into Like I think another realization I had this week was like just how important my support system is, and also that like this time is being used. Like I feel like one of the many messages that God is giving me this during this time is like how important my support system is, so that eventually down the line when things get even more busy, like being able to appreciate and like utilize my support system. Also, another interesting message and like lesson I learned this week is like I'd heard a lot from like I like watching videos of like very successful actors that I find as inspirational. Um, like listening to their interviews, listening about their acting process, like listening about their process or like their journey in general. And Jennifer Lawrence, I love her down. She's like ever since Hunger Games when I was like 12, I've loved her. But she talks about how she doesn't really have training in that. Mainly playing a role stems from like her ability to empathize with other people. And I originally thought like, yeah, I have empathy. I could empathize with other people. I don't see like how I could use that in my journey. But literally while like 2 days ago, while I was sitting there watching like a water show in one of the parks here in Orlando, um, I was like, I don't know if I empathize with other people, and that's really a skill that I want to develop. And like, truly, I had the realization of like, I remember like hearing a girl behind me scream about from excitement of like watching the water show, and I remember immediately thinking like, why is she screaming? Like it's just a water show. But then it hit me like she's allowed to have wonder and excitement, and I can empathize with that. Like also too, if this was like if I was as young as she was, and this might have been my first time seeing something as amazing as this, like I probably would have reacted the same way. So like there's no room, or there should be no room of like judgment or anything like that within me, and hopefully that will not only just transfer with me being able to represent and embody a character more fully, but also just in my everyday life. I feel like acting is giving me all these lessons that I can not only implement within my performance, but implement within my life, and having all these realizations. So overall, I'm trying to do this quickly. I feel bad for rushing it because I'm in a public space and it's not the most comfortable to record this, especially in an airport, like the most public space I could ever do this in. Well, there's a little baby beside me. She's adorable. Um, yeah, any other levels, moments of synchronicity? I don't know. It was great to be with my family, with my sister. Really starting to realize that being with my family really helps with pouring back into me and like gaining more confidence in all the things that I'm doing. Um, I have noticed too, like once I spend more time like practicing acting just with myself too, it really helps me build my own confidence. I think when I start asking other or like incorporating other people into it, obviously I need classes. Um, but I'm still in that mode of like, is this good? Which I'm trying to get out of, and like obviously being able to take critiques, but like not really take to heart other people's opinions of like my developing skills and like all that. So I hope you all can hear me. Like I said, I'm in a public place. Um, I guess my artist date this week was like cleaning my room. I finally cleaned my room and finished everything, threw out all the old things because I really wanted to start 2026 fresh and like full of new beginnings, new opportunities, just a fresh, clean slate. So it was nice. I spent like hours upon hours over 2 days doing that and finishing that. So that was really nice. I felt like I poured into myself in that way. So I feel like I keep breaking the rules for artist dates, but I mean, I like like stuff like that where I don't know, I like my space being clean and I like walks. I don't maybe next week I'll go to like a pottery class or something. I don't know. If I feel interested. But yeah, I start an improv class tomorrow, which I'm very excited about, and I'm going to read week 6 on the plane. I don't really know what it entails. I can't really remember if I read the title of it or not. But yeah, um, I might do another task from week 5 today, just before I start reading week 6, just to really be able to like tie up any loose ends and like live this process thoroughly. So, yep, that's all. I'm gonna sign out because my parents are coming back to me right now with food. So, right.